Get ready for fun. Get ready for laughs. Get ready to have a great day. It's Great Day Houston. And now here's your host, Deborah Duncan.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Great Day Houston. It's a new year, so why not a new you? And our first guest says she wants to teach you how to activate your authority, proclaim your power, and celebrate your sleigh. I'm glad I have my camo boots on today because it sounds like we're going into battle over ourselves. Katrina McGee is the founder and CEO of Loving on Me. Hi there.
Hello.
All right, you got to this because of what you went through. You were kind of corporate America, high-powered jobs, and the whole bit. But you were feeling that squeeze that so many people feel when they have to balance and do everything.
Absolutely. I was trying to control everything around me. Girl, I was general manager of the universe. I had stuff going on
You were
at
telling
home,
God how to do it.
Exactly. But the funny thing that happens is when you try to control everything, you eventually control nothing, not even yourself. So I found myself having anxiety attacks that felt like a heart attack and stroke at the same time. Girl, I was a mess.
Yeah, a lot of times when people have those anxiety attacks, the first recourse that we go to is medication, right? But medication doesn't get rid of the problem. You thought the problem was the work environment.
Yeah, I thought these people are crazy. I gotta go. I said, I need a new environment. And even my doctor said, you really don't need medication. You just need to do something different. So I left my job in corporate America, took a time out, started my own consulting business. And then you know what happened? I realized part of the crazy was in me.
Yeah.
I was creating
So no matter where you go, it's inside of you.
Absolutely. Yeah. It was that same chaotic environment where I was trying to control everything, having so many priorities that I couldn't prioritize anything.
Yeah. All right, so how do you let go? How did your very first step of, I got to get rid of this anxiety and realize that I can't control the universe?
Yeah, well, first of all, I resigned that position as general manager of the universe, and I got in the driver's seat of my own life. I said, what are my priorities? What am I trying to accomplish? And I really thought about it. You know, a lot of times when we establish priorities, we say, oh, it's my family, or oh, it's my career. And there's that one word. I mean, what are we going to do with one word?
Yeah.
You can't have a priority
and what
that's
really
a word.
is a priority? I'll never forget, there's this one man who he hired a life coach to help him be a better dad, right? And she said, well, your kids are not a priority. If you want to pick them up after school and you're not picking them up after school, they're not a priority. And he got angry about that. And he said, how can you tell me that? She goes, because it's not happening, right?
Yeah.
So figure out what really matters. You even did a thing where you just very simple, you changed how you started the day.
Yes, I absolutely believe in setting the tone for the day. You know, most of us got up this morning, rolled over and checked our cell phone. And automatically we abdicated the power to set the tone for our day because whatever was the text, the email, the tweet, set our attitude. We responded to that. But I believe in taking a moment of gratitude. Even before your feet hit the floor, just express what you're grateful for and then say
Lord,
something
I'm glad
positive
I woke
to
up
you.
today. Right?
Mostly in my right mind. That's the fun part.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, the other thing is feed your spirit before you let others feed it for you.
Exactly. So instead of looking at the phone right away, I say something positive to me, whether that's reading a meditation or a devotional. I don't mean anything long. Listen, we don't have 30, 45 minutes in the morning normally, but just 2 to 3 minutes to say something positive to you, to put a positive thought in your mind before you walk out the door.
Yeah, mine is between making breakfast and packing a lunch, right?
Yes.
But find it somewhere.
Exactly.
Your book is Loving on Me, Lessons Learned on the Journey from Mess to Message.
Yes.
And you've gathered all of these thoughts, and it's very simple to go through and people can look at and just take it at bits and pieces at a time.
Yes, yes. It's the under part of it is my story, but it also incorporates stories from people on the blog, people who wrote in and said, oh my God, that's happening to me too. That's my story too. And it takes you on a step-by-step process on how to go from this chaotic life where you feel out of control, stressed out, overwhelmed, to a peaceful life.
Yeah, and that stress can come from everywhere. You talked about priorities and what really impacts your life. So many of us get up in arms over something that has nothing to do with us.
Yes.
It can be something thousands of miles away happening in another country, and we're all like, crazy over it. Or in politics, we're crazy over it. Are you really going to make a difference? And if you're not, you gotta let some of that stuff go.
Well, I believe 2018 is the year of can do. And so the things that we can do something about, that's where we should focus our energy. Not on ruminating about everything that's happening, but picking an area of focus and making a difference there.
Yeah, and we saw that difference happen when it comes to harassment in the workplaces.
Yes, absolutely. The Me Too movement shined a light on what has really been happening for centuries around the world, not just in America. And people raised their hand and said, hey, that happened to me. And then we
Strength
said,
in numbers.
yeah, no more. And now time's up. And so I said, well, how can we make a difference with that? And the first thing I said is respond in sisterhood. Because, you know, a lot of times people come to you and they tell you this stuff. You're like, oh my God, you're going to lose your job. Girl, what you going to do?
Yeah, right.
Oh my God.
Or maybe she'll lose her job and I'll move up. You know, right? Yeah, the competition thing,
or
right?
Worse. Come on, we got to go to HR right now. And I'm like, hey, respond in sisterhood. Say, what can I do to support your healing? How can I help you?
Yeah, and then refuse to be complicit.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
fear is one of the things that makes us complicit.
Yes. If you see something, say something. If you see somebody being harassed, speak up. Stand for them. Refuse to be complicit by being silent.
Yeah, and in doing that, you prop up and prepare women leaders.
Absolutely. The long-term solution for so many things that we have, sexual harassment, inequality in pay, is to get more women leaders prepared, positioned, and then to support them once they get the leadership position.
Yeah, all right. You have 5 steps to get in the driver's seat of your life and stay there.
Yes.
This is part of your free online course. You decided to do this free course because?
Yes. So people were reading the book and then they read it again and then they read it again. I'm like, wait, they need steps on how to apply this to their lives in a really substantive way.
Yeah.
So Loving on Me Academy is really to empower audacious women to lead, inspire, and succeed. It's that place where you can go to get online courses that equip you to lead in every aspect of your life. This first course is how to get in the driver's seat of your own life and stay there. Pick your priorities, activate your authority.
Well, embrace your authenticity. Let's start with that one. Embracing your authenticity. What do you mean by that?
Well, you know, authenticity is really our superpower because when we learn to be who we truly are, to operate in the power that's within us, we are the most powerful force on earth.
Then you realize that you aren't ruling the entire universe, but take care of what you can rule, right?
Just you. So it's about picking your personal core values and selecting your priorities in a way that's specific, actionable, and achievable. So like that dad you talked about, saying my kids are my priority. Well, in order for his kids to be priorities, he has to say, I'm going to pick my kids up at least 2 days a week. Be reasonable. I mean, we can't do everything, but when you're specific, then you can take action.
Yeah, and you have to go through every part of your day. And it's funny because one of the things that happened was when they followed him to the workplace, it was like, you're getting your coffee in the coffee break room. And he's like, yeah, but you're having like 30-minute conversations with people in there. So move the coffee machine to your office. Now we chopped off 30 minutes, right? You're going to do teleconferences. You're not going to have to drive to a restaurant, sit down, pick out what you want to eat, do some chit chat, and then talk about what you really need to talk about, and then go through rush hour traffic and get back to your office, right?
Yes.
So he ended up shortening his day to the point where he was in carpool. So it happened.
Yes.
It became that priority. All right. Activate your authority.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Do you remember Wonder Twin Powers? Activate. Yeah. So when you have your personal core values and your priorities, then you put an action plan together. The course teaches you how to do a 30-day action plan, but it focuses on what I can do today. So it's not like you schedule all 30 days. You just say, what can I do today? Make those decisions.
Sometimes it's what can I do this hour?
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. It teaches you to practice presence in a way that allows you to accomplish more in your everyday.
Okay. Proclaim your power.
Yes. So the first thing that happens when you decide to get in the driver's seat of your own life is the negative Nelly in your own head that says, girl, you can't do this. You know you need that job. Don't speak up. Don't speak up. It's going to go bad.
Why would you apply for that other job? Because, like, you're not going to get it.
You're not completely qualified. All the things that negative Nelly tells us, the power boost when you proclaim your power is really your way to fight them. Because the reality is there's a war on our self-worth from the moment we get here to the day we're done. But when you learn to speak the affirmative, the positive to yourself, you can move beyond what's happening in your head.
How many times have you seen somebody who got something that you wanted and you were much more qualified, but they went for it, right? That makes a difference. All right, curate your inner circle.
Oh my goodness, this is your circle of sisterhood. Those 7 friends that help affirm your worth, remind you of the authority over your own life, encourage, inspire, teach you. I give you 7 categories. You identify your friends in each category. Because sometimes, you know, we meet who we meet and allow them to take a seat in our life. No, you know, we have to be discerning about who we surround ourselves with because they help affirm your worth or they tear you down.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, and I love this one. Celebrate your slay.
Yes, in 2018,
I don't know what that was. Celebrate your sleigh.
We're going to celebrate it all, large and small. It talks about punctuating the close. So when you have an accomplishment, you're like, girlfriend, I did good today. I spoke up. I am positive and powerful. It helps you speak kindly to you, but it also acknowledges that you accomplished something that was significant in your life.
All right, so all this realization, how long did it take for you to get to this point?
Well,
from that moment that you left the job and went, what am I doing?
Well, you know what? It's been 6 years, and it is, what I've learned is it's a lifestyle. It's an everyday journey, because life is about choices, consequences, and circumstances, and every time we're bold enough to make a choice, you get a whole new landscape of choices, consequences, and circumstances. The important thing is you take the first step.
Yeah.
If you take the course, it'll give you a framework for doing that, and then you move along in the journey. The more you exercise your courage, the more courageous you become.
Yeah, and I just find that if you just let life happen.
Yes.
Let life happen. That's what life is about, is growth and the whole bit. So everything's not going to be rosy all the time.
No.
But when it's not, you say, okay, what lesson am I being taught today?
Yes.
And how do I handle this?
Absolutely.
All right, I love it. Katrina's self-empowerment course is free.
Yes.
So thank you very much for that. You can find Katrina's Loving on Me website. That's your website.
LovingOnMe.com.
All right. Well, Katrina, thank you very much.
Thank
and
you
that
for
smile on her
having me.
face says it all, doesn't it? I bet you weren't smiling like that 6 years ago, were you?
No, girl, I haven't worked for this happy.
All right. Well, thank you very, very much. When we come back, move over, downward dog. There's a new animal in town. Our reporter, Christina Cooker, tries out goat yoga. Yes, I said goat yoga, and rumor has it it's not very bad.